Behind me are 4 Meepo boards ranging from $400 all the way up to $2,200. And today I want to answer the question, does more money mean more better? I think each of these boards has a pro and a con to it, and depending on how you ride and where you ride depends on whether you should get one of these boards. So let's get started with the cheapest board, which is the Meepo V5. The Meepo V5 is kind of like an entry-level beginner e-skate. It's priced at $400, or for $530 you can get the version I have, which is the extended battery. It bumps you up from 11 miles of range to 20 miles of range. My favorite thing about this board is its portability. Depending on which version you get, it's either 17 or 19 pounds and has a built-in handle, so it's super easy to carry upstairs, load it into the back of your car, or carry it into a college class or inside a building. On top of being lightweight, I think for the price, it's one of the best e-skates you can get, especially as a beginner. It has a top speed of about 28 miles per hour. It's a lot of fun to ride and is perfect if you're looking to get into the e-skate world. Although it has a top speed of 28 miles per hour, I found that it seemed a little sketchy at that speed. I think you can cruise comfortably around 24 or 25, but as you hit that max limit, I started to get some wobbles, and because the board is so lightweight, it started to feel a little unstable. Another con is that if you get the cheapest version, you only have about 11 miles of range, which seems like a lot, but I think most riders find that they enjoy riding more than they thought they would, and you're gonna burn through 11 miles very quickly and need to go back and let it recharge for a couple hours. However, if you've been e-skating for a while, maybe you're looking to upgrade, the Meepo Voyager is the next step. It's priced at $1,200, but is currently on sale for $900. And a quick note about that, if you want to get one of these boards, use our affiliate link below. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but it helps us as a channel out a lot. One of the huge benefits of upgrading to the Voyager is that you get 31 miles of range, and in my testing I found that to be true. At about 28 miles, I started getting some battery sag, dropped me down to about 10 miles per hour, but was plenty enough speed and juice left to get me home to get it charged. Now on the website, it says it goes 40 miles per hour. During my testing, I got it up to about 35 miles per hour with a buddy riding alongside next to me, confirming that that was the correct speed. It seemed to have a little more juice in it. However, I was starting to get a little nervous as the roads weren't that smooth. A lot of people commented on that review saying no way it gets that high speed, and I think one of the main problems is that you have to adjust your wheel speed settings within the remote, so that probably limits a lot of people, and then they think it doesn't actually hit that top speed. Another pro for the Meepo Voyager is that it comes with 110mm Cyclone wheels, so if you want to trade out the stock wheels on it for maybe more of a comfortable, smooth ride, you have that option, which I did on my board, and I gotta say it made a huge difference, and I highly recommend it because there aren't many times that I'm gonna want to go 35 to 40 miles per hour. Of course, by spending more money, the Meepo Voyager has an upgraded deck compared to the V5. It seems a little bit more thick and sturdy. When it comes to cons on the Meepo Voyager, there's only a few. The first one, which applies to more than just the Voyager, is that if you're going to be swapping out your wheels and belts, Meepo's instruction kit doesn't really give you that much information. There are some YouTube videos that are kind of lackluster, so just know that your installation is going to be a little bit tricky, and you have to tighten the belts by pulling them back and screwing in some bolts, which is a little tricky to do by yourself, so you may want to have a friend present. Another con for the Voyager, depending on what type of riding you're doing, is that it weighs a little bit more than the Meepo V5. At 23 pounds, which is 4 more pounds than the Meepo V5, it becomes a little trickier to carry upstairs, especially because it doesn't have that built-in handle. Now you may be like me, and you were looking to upgrade to all-terrain wheels. This is a game changer for anybody who is in the e-skate world. Once you make the upgrade from regular silicone wheels into inflated tires, it opens up a whole new world of e-skate that you didn't have access to before. And that's what you get with the Hurricane Bamboo Pro. Currently priced at $1,400 on sale. It's usually $1,500. This thing is a game changer. Maybe you've been riding e-skates like myself, and you find that it can be a little bit dangerous to go on roads that have bumps and cracks. Once you've switched to the inflated tires, that becomes way less of a concern. It's got a top speed of about 32 miles per hour and a range of 31 miles per hour. On top of that, this thing is a beast off-roading. I've taken this on grass fields, on little dirt trails, and I was surprisingly shocked at how well it handled. The deck is extremely well built with the bamboo. It allows a lot of flex, and because it's so long, it's an extremely comfortable ride. If you see with the previous boards, it's just a straight edge here on the side. With the Hurricane Bamboo Pro, it actually juts out around where your feet are placed. This was so much nicer of a feature than I thought it was going to be, because now my toes go up on the lip as well as my heel. So when I'm on off-road trails and there's bumps and rocks and divots, I found that it actually gave me a lot more stability and confidence in my off-road riding. Obviously, a huge pro is the all-terrain wheels, the super flexy deck. It makes for an extremely nice ride as well as capable off-roads, but for cons, it weighs 34 pounds. And because of its super long size, it is not easy to carry around. Even loading it up into the back of my car is kind of a pain. I wish, similar to the Meepo V5, there was a built-in handle or maybe a handle on the outside, because if I was riding this downtown to offices or maybe to college campuses, carrying it in and out of classes, up and down stairs would really drain me after a while. Now, maybe you don't want to do a ton of off-roading, but you are looking to upgrade to inflatable all-terrain wheels simply for safety of cracks and bumps and a more comfortable ride. And that's where the Meepo Huracan Vader Carbon Limited Edition, a super long name, comes into play. It's usually priced at about $2,300, but is currently on sale and is the most durable, strongly built e-skate I have ever seen. They actually have a video on their website showing a car rolling over it. I obviously am not going to test that. However, I do believe it to be true. It has the same stats as the Huracan Bamboo Pro. You've got the 32 mile per hour top speed, 31 miles of range, and weighing in at 34 pounds. However, I found that it gives you a totally different ride feel than the Bamboo Pro. This is the most comfortable e-skate for the streets that I've ever ridden. The wheels that come on here are much wider and thicker than the Bamboo Pro, so any rocks or cracks in the road, you barely even feel it. Because the deck is made out of carbon and is extremely stiff, whenever you're in the streets riding around, it feels like you're gliding. Out of all these boards, I found that the Vader is the one that gives me the most confidence and feels the safest when going 30 miles per hour. Those thick wheels paired with the stiff deck, it makes it so that when you're going at high speeds, the board feels very sturdy and firmly planted beneath your feet. When it comes to cons, it's also 34 pounds without a handle, so not extremely portable, as well as it is capable of going off-roads. However, I found the Bamboo Pro is better on dirt trails and grass, as the stiff deck makes traversing across rough terrain a little bit more difficult, as well as these thicker tires would slide out a little bit on grass where the Bamboo Pro didn't. So for a quick recap, I think if you're looking for an absolutely comfortable, safe, and enjoyable street riding experience, if you have the budget, the Meepo Vader is hands down the smoothest riding e-skate I've ever been on. However, if you're looking to go a little bit off roads, maybe cut through some dirt trails, the Bamboo Pro offers a very flexy deck and great off-road wheels for that. Maybe you've been riding for a little bit and you want to upgrade, the Voyager is a great next step to get that extra speed and range for experienced riders. And of course, if you're new to the e-skate world, the Meepo V5, there's not a better beginner board that I've seen personally. There are hundreds of e-skates to choose from out there, so let me know in the comments, what do you think would match up with these boards for a great comparison in the future? I'm Dalton with Freshly Charged, and when you ride, wear your safety gear.